So I'm just minding my own business, watching videos, along with getting more and more frustrated if I see that Xbox ad one more time. Anyways, I then remembered something about icebergs? Yeah, that! Just type in icebergs and then see how many different types of videos there are with the same concept. Now before anyone gets the wrong idea, no, I don't hate these videos. I'm just telling you my thought process on discovering these videos, because I didn't know that they were popular, I guess. Popular enough to have me perplexed on seeing so many of them, all from different parts of fandoms and communities, with nearly each one being released from this year alone? What? I don't get it. Am I just getting old? I know that last part is fact, but I still don't get it. Where are they all coming from? This guy? This video? Okay, neat. I mean, this person here made 3 different videos covering the same topic, and then there's one on Thomas the Tank Engine. Okay, now I'm not sure what to do with my life. So I started asking myself what these videos are, and from seeing a handful of them, they're basically just a dissection at certain topics, rumors, or theories within a fandom, being from a game series, cartoon, anime, etc. And of course, the deeper you go, the more insane and obscure the information can be, almost unbelievable for some. And that's the appeal of the videos. How deep does it go? That's the question that's usually asked. You might learn something new. That's always something that brings people to watch videos. Funny how we can't learn or pay attention from school, but learning the deep possible theory of Five Nights at Freddy's is one thing that keeps the mind busy. Just ask game theory. So after learning about this trend, I of course started to think about a few questions. Could I do it? And if I could, which one would I do? Maybe one about Steven Universe? Pass. Someone will probably make it eventually as well, so I don't feel up to it. Sonic Iceberg? No, there's already 3 of them. Okay, how about one on Total Drama? Well, maybe, but there's no way people actually made an iceberg of Total, and there's somehow 4 to 5 of them. However, that's the thing though, most of the entries on all of these icebergs are rather fan-made, as in pretty much all of the info is just rather common knowledge or something that doesn't really exist by any margin, be it rumor or theory, like it was just made for the iceberg and nothing else. And before you say something along the lines of, that's the point of the iceberg, you go from common sense first, and the deeper you go...
20 minutes later.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem. I don't want to do that. Mostly because anyone who watches my videos, Ricky, Noah, or anyone else who covers Total Drama would already know about it, or there's a specific video to it. And it would be pointless to make another video on certain things that one of us have already talked about. For example, Camp TV is on most of these lists. There are a handful of videos covering this topic. I'm not about to go in depth about what Camp TV is. That's a waste of time. Or at least how most of them go is that they'll say they'll have something to do with a character or how a character should have done this, but didn't due to some behind the scenes shenanigans happening. The biggest one being, Lindsay was supposed to win action, or at least be a finalist. I've even said this a few times, but this was never 100% true. I did say that I wasn't 1000% sure on the theory or rumor to begin with, but I did speak like it was true, and most people would go with it. Noah even talked about this particular subject in a video he made, and I looked it up again and through wiki pages, a few Reddit posts to see if there was any source whatsoever. Nothing. So if anything, this video here and most of this video there are wrong from what I've said. And I guess to clarify on where the notion comes from is that of how much of a role Lindsay was on in action, in terms of being a contestant and getting pretty great character development overall. The perfect ending would be for her to be a finalist, and that's how most people feel. But it didn't happen, and we don't know if it was planned from the start or not for her to win or not.
Don't worry, friends are worth way more than money. Lindsay, that's the smartest thing anyone said all season. Really? Totally. Bye. Well, don't worry. Saying bye isn't so bad. Because really, it's just a hi with a B.
Most of these also have no real lead. We won't know if blankety blank was supposed to do X, Y, and Z, or if this random character was going to do whatever, but didn't happen. We won't know. And then the majority of all the other subjects brought up here on the icebergs are just simple things someone has made a video on, so I don't need to elaborate, because that would be boring and redundant, like the alternate endings, Chris's attitude and mindset throughout the season, or insert low-budget creepypasta here. That's all these amount to. There's not much interesting information here for Oh hey, look, there I am! Cool. But in all seriousness, Total Drama does not go that deep. At least not deep enough for me to make a 20-30 minute video on it. Oh hell no, not my style for something like this. That's why the title is what it is. There isn't a true iceberg from Total Drama, or one that isn't cluttered with the most random thoughts that weren't necessarily popular to begin with. In other words, to some of these icebergs, sounds like Cav.
Oh, great.
A lot of information that gets passed around with hyper speculation with no real lead to anything. I've seen a lot of people say this and that about how this character was supposed to win, but didn't. Do they have any real lead or source to this? No? Okay then, it's just another throwaway theory or someone being upset that their favorite character didn't make it further or get the limelight. There are a few things kind of worth mentioning, like Cory Doron somewhat predicted and wanted a Mal-type personality before Mal was officially a thing. Or with Tyler and Lindsay breaking up off screen, that's valid and somewhat sucks for Tyler, but what else is new? The last Island episode, but starting with Gwen being the winner, or the clone high art style, is stuff that just kind of speaks for itself.
And besides, you're not a real fan if you don't know about the Jeopardy question and the t-shirt that was made from it, or the panel that they had in 2011. OG fans know that part of the iceberg.
So again, there's really not that many actual conspiracy theories, you can call them, for Total Drama. The series is pretty open on what happens, and I'm not about to go through all of these and explain how each one is wrong or fake. That's a waste of time, and for the ones that are real, someone has talked about it before, including me. That's also not really worth the time to talk about again, in depth at least. That's not anything I'm worth doing. And you could say, well, why don't you just make one of your own? Well, again, there's just a lot of scattered information out there, where even for myself, I don't even know if half the shit that's on this thing is like real. I don't know if a lot of people agree with this. They might say, yes, sure, I talk about that, and then another group might say, no, I don't talk about that. That is not something I'm willing to do because, again, a lot of things that do somewhat get brought up that are somewhat obscure, like all the examples I brought up, I've talked about them before. I have videos specifically on them, or someone else has done them. I don't want to do that. That's not really how I like to do things. Not all that fun if I have to keep bringing it up every video or so, even if I am trying to make a point. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the, if you can call it, iceberg. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. You know what to do with all the links that I provide and everything of the sort. Stay safe out there. Thank you for watching. That's greatly appreciated, of course. Have a great day, have a great night, and everything else you know what to do. Bye.